Hi guys, Metal Maniac back again. This is gonna be my last video for today. I don't know whether or not I will record a video tomorrow or any videos tomorrow, just because I don't have anything to review. And again, I'm out of ideas for episodes of Album Wars, except for today. I do have one idea for today. But yeah. So with that, this is another episode of Album Wars, and this time it's two live albums against each other. Um, Live After Death versus Rock in Rio, both Iron Maiden live albums. So that let's begin. First off is the intro versus the other intro. So there are two of them, both have intros. The intro to I like the intro to Live After Death better, just because the intro to Rock in Rio just doesn't make sense. Like, the intro just feels like a regular intro to an Iron Maiden show on Live After Death, but with Rock in Rio, it has this very weird operatic style of, I don't know what it is. It's just some weird opera music kind of, and it just does not fit the tone of the album. But yeah, so the intro on Live After Death gets this point. Alright. Next up is Churchill's speech, the intro to Aces High, versus the Wicker Man. Even though I like the studio version of the Wicker Man, I don't like this live version, but the Churchill speech is awesome. Always good to pair it with Aces High. So, yep. Live After Death gets another point. Alright. Next up, Aces High versus Ghost of the Navigator. I think Ghost of the Navigator is an okay song on the actual Brave New World album, but this live version isn't that good. But this version of Aces High is pretty good. So Live After Death gets another point. Alright. Next up. 2 Minutes to Midnight versus Brave New World. I think the version on this version of 2 Minutes to Midnight is okay. But I don't like. I don't even like the studio version of Brave New World that much. So, yep, Live After Death gets another point. Alright. Next up. The Trooper versus Wrathchild. The version of Wrathchild on here is pretty good. I do actually really like it. But the version of the Trooper on here, this one's pretty hard. I'm gonna have to go with, I guess the Trooper. Yeah, the Trooper. It was a tough choice, but I don't know. I slightly like that live version of the Trooper better than the live version of Wrathchild. So yep, Live After Death gets another point. All right, so where am I? Oh yeah, Revelations versus Blood Brothers. I don't care for this particular version of Revelations, but I like this version of Blood Brothers. So Rock in Rio gets 1 point. All right. Flight of Icarus versus Sign of the Cross. Even though I do appreciate this version of Sign of the Cross, I do like Flight of Icarus better. overall as a song. Overall, I like Flight of Icarus better. All right. That gets another point. All right. Rime of the Ancient Mariner versus The Mercenary. I don't like The Mercenary. I don't like the song overall, but I do like Rime of the Ancient Mariner. Again, Live After Death gets another point. All right. Power Slave versus the Trooper. I really do like this version of the Trooper on Rock and Rio. But the version on Power Slave on this one is really, really good. But as a song overall of both Power Slave and the Trooper, I do prefer the Trooper. As an overall song, I like the song a little bit better. So, yeah, I'm going to have to go with the Trooper. So, Rock and Rio gets another point. Alright. Where am I at? Alright. The Number of the Beast versus Dream of Mirrors. Okay, so I don't like this version of The Number of the Beast on Live After Death, just because at this point in the album is where Bruce's voice gets really, really tired sounding, and he just doesn't sound that good. And Dream of Mirrors, though, it's an okay track, but I do prefer it just because his voice sounds better overall in this particular song. So, yeah, Rock and Rio gets another point. Alright. Whoa! Oop, that almost fell. Where am I at? Oh, yeah. Hallowed Be the Name versus The Klansman. Again, I would pick Hallowed Be the Name off of Live After Death, but again, Bruce's voice sounds tired at this point in the show. He's really straining his voice, so it kind of ruins it. But The Klansman on this one's pretty good. So, yep, Rock and Rio gets another point. Alright. Iron Maiden versus The Evil That Men Do. Even though I love this version of Evil That Men Do, I'm going to have to go with Iron Maiden off of Live After Death. Just because, I don't know, I just really like that version better. But yeah, so Live After Death gets another point. Alright. Run to the Hills versus Fear of the Dark. I'm gonna have to go with Fear of the Dark on Rock and Rio, because even though I prefer Run to the Hills overall as a song overall compared to Fear of the Dark. No, wait, sorry, it's the other way around. I prefer Fear of the Dark as a song over Run to the Hills, but I mean, live version wise, I don't really care for the studio version of Fear of the Dark. But any live version just trumps most other live versions of Iron Maiden songs. So I'm gonna have to go with Rock and Rio on this one. All right. Running Free versus Iron Maiden. I actually do not like the version of Iron Maiden from the Rock and Rio album, because it's a mixing problem with the audio. Especially with the chorus of the song, the Bruce's vocals get drowned out by the sound of the audience, so you can't really hear Bruce singing. So yeah, I mean, if the audio was fixed, then probably this track would have won. But yeah, Running Free gets it, especially because I love the part when the in the midsection of the song where Bruce is like, where Bruce is like, scream for me as loud as you can, Long Beach. I want to be able to go back home to England and say, hey, doctor, Long Beach fucked up my hearing. That just got a laugh out of me, and I just love that part. Again, it's my favorite moment from Live After Death. So, yeah. Yeah, so that wins this point. Alright. Wrathchild versus The Number of the Beast. I really do like this version of Wrathchild on here, but the version of The Number of the Beast on here is slightly better, and I like that. I like the Number of the Beast song overall, as a song better overall. So, Rockin' Rio gets another point. Alright. 22 Acacia Avenue versus Hallowed Be Thy Name. Oh boy. Two of my favorite Iron Maiden songs of all time. Does this particular version Hallowed Be Thy Name beat 22 Acacia Avenue? Honestly, it's a tie because both songs. I don't think this has happened before, but it's a tie. I really can't decide. Honestly, both get this point because they're just so great, especially these live versions. So yeah. All right. Wait, hold on. Sorry, marked down wrong. There we go. All right. All right. Next up, where am I at? Children of the Damned versus Sanctuary. Am I at Sanctuary? Yeah. Wait, how is that possible? I thought there were 19 tracks on both of these. Oh, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, yeah, 19, and then 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, what happened? Hold on. I might have skipped something. I don't know. Maybe that time messed everything up. I don't know. I might have skipped something. I don't know. I'm sorry. I might have messed something up, but I can't turn back now. Anyway, so Children of the Damned versus Sanctuary. I do not like Sanctuary. I mean, okay, here's the thing. I do like Sanctuary, but I don't like when Bruce sings it just because I don't. It's the one of the few Paul Di'Anno stuff that he sings that I do think he just doesn't have the right vocal style for. Of a lot of the other Paul Di'Anno stuff that he does sing, I think he does a pretty good job. But Sanctuary is just something that I don't think he can do with his type of vocal style. But yeah, Children of the Damned I don't like either. I'm gonna do this thing I haven't done before. I'm just gonna skip these just because they both. I would say. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna skip those. They both get 0 points. I know. I'm probably not gonna do that in any other album wars, but I'm pretty sure I messed something up, so I have to balance this out. But yeah, both get 0 points. Let's see. Run to the Hills versus Die with Your Boots On. I like this version of Run to the Hills, but I hate the song Die with Your Boots On overall. So the Rock and Roll gets another point. Hold on. Mess that up. Okay, there we go. There we go. And then of course Phantom of the Opera, of course. All right. Now let me add all this up. Okay, so Live After Death gets 5, 10, 11 points. Rock in Rio gets 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points. So yeah, I guess Live After Death wins, which is odd because I like the other album better. But this is why I do these album wars, because even if I like, even if I like say like, oh, I like this album as a whole better than another album, if I go track by track, it's completely different. So that's why I like to do these, even though I may like one album more as a whole. But then I like the other album more if I look at the individual tracks. So yeah, so that's it for this Album Wars episode. Like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna review a video. I don't know if I'm gonna upload a video tomorrow at all. Really depends on, again, if I get a new album in, or if I think of more. I think of another Album Wars episode, or I think of a video idea overall in general. So yep. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.